What's up, everybody? And I got Mrs. Bulkow some gloves, and they're a little bit tight on me. I hope the lighting's okay in here. Why does it look grainy like that? Maybe the camera's not focused. There we go. That's a lot better. Well, it's that time of year again, guys. Uncle Bulkow here. And last year I showed you guys how to germinate hot pepper seeds. I showed you the progress through the whole thing. And any mistakes I made, I did really good. I at one point I had extras that I was germinating for someone, and I actually overwatered one tray, and I showed you the effects of that. And I also had some nutrient lockout from double topping. What's up, Kevin? Good morning, brother. All the way from Hawaii. Yep. Yeah, you're up and about it, man. It's a little bit later there. So I am on East Coast time right now. At the current time, it is it's about 7:35, 7:36 in the morning. All right, guys. So let's get started right away. What I have here is this is organic seed starter. It's Epsoma. This stuff works really good. You can go with potting soil and put some, you put some perlite in it or whatever the case may be. I found that this stuff works pretty good. I do usually put a little bit. Oh, it's earlier there. That's right, Kevin. I'm sorry. I'm backwards here. It's later in the UK. Yeah. All right. So I found that this stuff works the best. I've tried a whole bunch of different brands. I've tried a bunch of different kinds. I found this stuff works, and I usually do put a little bit of perlite in it. And then I really keep an eye on it, because if you do put extra perlite, you do have to keep an eye on giving it more water, but it doesn't stay as saturated, so you have less of a chance of overwatering it. Of course, you have the chance of underwatering it more, mattering on how much attention you want to pay. I just have an old turkey pan that I use to put to set a pot in. I have a couple plants overwintered. That's one of the things that was used there. So let me just show you. First thing we're going to do is get the soil ready. If I can figure out how to open this bag. And this is a starter, so it's really light. It's got a good amount of perlite in it and whatnot. So this is going to be one tray. I think I usually use about 2/3 of a bag. I do have 2 bags of this stuff. Yeah, see, it's got a good amount of perlite, and it's real light. This stuff is. I noticed this brand. I didn't have a lot of problems with fungus gnats, although other brands I did. But yeah, the smell of that starter mix it's a beautiful thing. I love the smell of good soil. Some people might not understand that, but hey, that's your problem. All right. So we got that going on. And then what we're going to do here is take some cinnamon. This is organic cinnamon. We do all organic gardening. And go in with some of this. This cinnamon does 2 things. And this is the only thing I'm adding to this. I'm not going to put... I did one with some neem cake. I had some fertilizer pellets that I had broke down in like a powder. I threw a little bit of them in last year. You don't need that. This stuff here works fine. You can give them liquid nutrients afterwards. The cinnamon does 2 things. One, it's supposed to keep the fungus gnats down and or away. And 2, it's a root hormone. So really good for roots and everything like that. So we got our cinnamon in. Now we're going to go in with some hot water. You have to have this moist when you get ready to germinate, for one. For 2, this hot water to 180 degrees. This will organic rev. Yeah, you know what, Kevin? You've been telling me about that stuff. I'm going to experiment and try it out this year. So thank you for putting me on to that. I know you've been faithful to it, and I'm going to try it out. All right, so that's my water right there. I am going to put a little bit more water in this pot and put it on low just in case I need it. So what I'm going to do is mix this all up. Oh, that's nice and hot. Burning my hands a little bit, but I don't think it's to the point where it'll damage the microbes. Some of them it will. I mean, that's the chance you take when you're wanting to either fight fungus gnats or, it's kind of hard. I am going to need a little bit more water, so I'm glad I put more in that pot. Maybe not. Let me see how this goes. Nice, and that's really warm. Yeah. You don't want it much hotter than that. And even that 180 will kill some of the microbes. It's not as bad. You're still going to have a lot of nutrients in there. But this here kills some of the, it'll kill some of the, instantly when you pour hot water, it'll kill some of the fungus gnat eggs. So, and that is warm. Mix this up really good. Really don't want to have any uneven spots because you're going to be, this is where your seeds are going. Plus, I think the warming the soil up is good because the seeds like it. They like warm. These will be going on heat mats. I do not soak my seeds in black tea. I would suggest anyone that has seeds that are old, more than 2 years, go ahead and soak them in black tea. I've had major debates with people on this. I've just had such a good germination rate with seeds that are less than 2 years old, and I use a heat mat. I don't need to use black tea. So now I do have some seeds, some really cool stuff that's 3-4 years old. I just save them. Those some stuff I'm not growing this year. I didn't grow last year, but if I ever get an itch to grow any of those, or if somebody needs them, there's some. I got some stuff that you can't even find anymore. But if someone needs them, I will tell them if I give them to somebody, or if I decide to grow them, I will soak them in black tea because what it does is it loosens up the husk, softens up the husk. So, all right, there we go. Now let me show you guys my method with this. My method, not of pouring soil into it, because that's not really that good. But I do not use tags when they're this small. Okay, just don't. What I do is I write with a paint marker right there, caramel Premetalli. I know it's sloppy, but I can read my own handwriting. I write it on there, Premetalli. Each one of these sells, so I'm only doing 12 varieties here. These are all super hots, like burn your face off super hot. And I have peppers that are, so anything above a ghost is going to be, you guys are going to watch me do this. I have to do another tray later. That's going to be ghost and below. But all Scorchers, all stuff that's over 300, 400,000, most in the 700,000. There's some that are, I am doing some of those new mix lemon spice jalapenos. All right. Last year I used a pot to do this. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. That's why I have bags here, because Mrs. Bookhouse sees dirt all over the table. She's going to throw a fit. I don't like the way these trays sit in here. I'm going to be honest with you right now. They're chintzy ones. It's all I had. I actually had some really good inserts last year. I don't remember where I got them, but these are some cheap ones I had sitting in my closet. And praise God that, because I do not have the money to invest in all this stuff. I luckily was able to have a lot of stuff from last year. The 10 by 20 trays, the inserts, that, these are extras, but I had the, I have all my pots. I don't need any more pots. I have perlite. I have a little bit of fertilizer. I have some bone meal, blood meal. Not a lot. I'm gonna have to buy a little more of that. The only thing I'm gonna need this year is when I get ready to plant in the raised beds, I am gonna need some soil. Although I do have a good, base foundation already in there. Top it off. So I was very lucky that I had got all this stuff last year and some of it the year before. And even Mrs. Bulka helped. She had some seed mats. I did buy some new ones though. I'm kind of running into a situation where I just plugged one of them in the sea because I had 2 new ones and she had an old one. The old one was spotty. All right, so all I'm doing now is just, you guys see, I'm just leveling this out. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to push down. Man, you know what? I had something last year that was perfect. That was the perfect size for these. I forgot about it. I don't remember what I used. I had something that was perfect to push down just a little bit. Maybe a tincture bottle. They had different sizes. This is a 10 ounce. Too small. I need a 30 OZ, baby. Hold on one second, guys. All right. Well, that works perfect. Look at that. Tincture bottle. Perfect size. You want to push down your soil just a little bit like this. Don't jam it. But you want to push it down to see how much you need to sprinkle in there to get this thing started. I really should have turned the plant lights on for this. Honestly, I can't see that good. I have it in like ambience mode in here. It's an early morning and we're in ambience mode. Yeah. All right, so I'm doing is just pushing this down. 30 milliliter tincture bottle, guys. Perfect weapon for this. Wow. That's something that was perfect last year. It fit in there. I think this is better than using your fingers because it's even. You know? All right. Let's go. And I think I did pretty good with the amount of soil that I used here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to sprinkle a little bit more, not a lot. Just some of them that the holes are. You have to have some of this soil to put over top too. You don't want to have these too shallow. What happens is you get a couple plants that just the roots just go right to the bottom and too quickly, and you're like, yeah. You don't have to sit here and be as picky as I am with this. You can, if you want, you can literally just sprinkle some on and go across it like that. Okay, it's not going to hurt anything. Well, you guys are being patient with me today. All right. Yeah, and I mean, you can take as long as you want doing this. It's your grow. Don't let anybody tell you differently, man. I'm going to show you guys some tricks because I have listened to people on the internet sometimes and wish I didn't. Let's just put it that way. You do what works for you. You take advice from the best and from experienced growers. What's up? What's up, Mike? Yeah. All right, you guys ready? Let's get going with this. So, I think what I'm going to do is, I'm going to move this back. Right here. Yeah. Do that. Get that Uncle Bull Cow blueberry sauce out of my way. I'm going to move that back, and I'm just going to take each tray out and bring it forward here. How you doing, brother? Good morning to you. Now, this is going to be 12 varieties, guys. I have 150 varieties that I'm not growing this year. I have tons of seeds. It hurts me, but I don't care. I had one plant of all this stuff last year. It was just so annoying. I mean, in some senses, you got somebody that, somebody randomly asked they want me to give them like a half pound or a small box of like red Boulas. I'm like, bro, I only got one plant and it only produces so much at a time. And whatever the case may be, or if I wanted to do something special. So this year I'm going to have literally, for my personal grow, only 2 plants of each. There will be extra plants here. So I'm going to be giving away probably 100 seedlings. Whether if I find somebody local wants them, they can come get them. If there's somebody wants them shipped, man, I don't know. I don't like shipping seedlings. I'll never sell seedlings and ship them. Too risky. All right, you guys ready for the first one? You guys get to see there it is. These are isolated. And I'll name which ones are isolated or not. So this is isolated caramel Premetalli seeds. All right. Let's get a little bit of dirt fell off here. So the first one we're going to go in, we're checking to see caramel Premetalli. And this is all I do. You can take a Sharpie, you can take a pen or a pencil. I found a pencil probably works the best. I'll be honest with you. Hold on. Always check and make sure that your soil's full or where you want it to be. You're going to get some spots, you know. This one cell here is just being stubborn. It's kind of springing back up on me. Okay. That should do it. I'm not going to use the Sharpie. I changed my mind. I'm going to use a pencil. I'm going to use a pencil. All I'm going to do is put a little mark right there. Not too deep, guys. Don't want to go too deep, man, at all. You're going to be putting more soil over top of this. I'm just making a little divot so the seed just sits there, right? Now, like I said, I'm not growing. I don't need 6 plants of this. I am not going to put 2-3 seeds in each cell. If you need to do that, that's fine. I'm not going to. Okay? Doing 1. These are small seeds. Some seeds, sometimes you get them like that. Oh, there's 2 that fell in there. No big deal. Another reason I like to do this, I don't want to sit there, because if I screw up, man, if I screw up and overwater this tray, I need to be able to have some seeds for backup, you know? These things, they can get expensive, man. You know, $4.50, $5 a bag of seeds, and that's 50 cents to $1 a seed. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm really trying to bring more light in the situation here. All right, that might work. I don't feel like turning these plant lights on. I really don't. All right, there we go. That helps out a little bit. You guys can see better, right? All right, so that's the caramel Premetalli. Here's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to take some soil. I'm going to go over top of that seed. Just a little pinch of it, you know? A little pinch, like enough to fit like in a soda cap. Okay? Because you do want to make sure the seed is covered. You don't want to bury the hell out of it. If you bury the hell out of it, what's going to happen is you're going to end up with it's going to rot. You're going to get way down in there. You're going to water it. It's going to not know what to do, and it's going to rot. All right, there we go. So what I will do with this, I'm not going to do it till the end. In the end, I'm going to take this spray bottle, and I'm going to spray down each cell to get it wet enough. It's not wet enough right now. That hot water that I put in there was to kill any fungus, gnat, eggs, and to get it so it's moist and it's workable. They're not going to germinate like this. They do need water. Do not take a big watering can and just put water on top. I watched a couple people do that last year, and I was like, that's not going to work. And their seeds rotted. They're like, they won't germinate. No, your seeds are dead, buddy. They are rotted into the soil. All right. What we got next here? This one's pretty good with the amount of dirt in it. I don't have to do any adjusting. So you can use either end of the pencil too. You don't have to use a sharp end. I make a little divot in it. That's all. I don't go crazy. You can use your finger. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to be honest with you. There's not really no method to my madness. The next one is going to be the red Premetalli. All right. So hopefully I have better luck. These are isolated seeds. Hopefully I have better luck with these than I did last year. Well, actually, I'm sorry. So this is seeds from last year. And the Premetalli plants, they all had an issue for some reason. It was like a fungus issue or something, and it was genetic. I know that. So some of these are, this is the same pack of seeds, but there is a couple that I took out of a pepper. So some of these are isolated, some are not. But I definitely want the Premetallis. I grew the golden Premetallis. Like I said, my red Premetallis had a genetic issue last year. and I gave plants away. One of the plants I gave away, really bad fungus, and the guy ended up, he did a bunch of stuff, used anti-fungicides. He actually brought it back. Yeah, you see future cramps. That's right, buddy. You know it, man. Well, a lot of my challenges actually come from this tray. Okay, and the tinctures and stuff me and my wife, we use for coffee. With the super hot, we eat them, we review them, but a lot of them, there's a lot in here that I don't particularly care for the flavor. You guys will see that. There's some I just don't like the flavor of them. But dried out for powder, they're amazing. I'll eat the powder on anything. And uh, and they are good for other things. So I'm not. I'll show you guys if you guys want to hang out. If we end up going, if I keep this video going longer, I don't know how long you guys can stand listening to me, but I can show you or I'll just show on this video. I'll just show you guys the seeds that I'm going to put in my other tray. How about that? Because I'm probably going to take a break after this and maybe eat something and then come back. All right, so there we go. We got the red Premetalli in there. You guys are getting a sneak peek at my grow. This is all the Scorchers, man. Think about how them two first ones, how hot those are. Premetalli and caramel Premetalli. You ain't getting no hotter than that. Well, chocolate Premetalli, but I think that's about the same as these two. I just think that the caramel and the chocolate Premetalli have a worse throat burn. Here's one of my favorites, guys. One of my favorites. So the Boot Orange Copenhagen. Focus? There we go. The BOC. Classic. This is a boot that was grown or bred or whatever in Copenhagen, which I think is in Denmark. Is Copenhagen in Denmark? Comment below whether you're watching this live or later, because I'm a little bit geographically challenged at times. So anyways, it was a boot that was created or bred or discovered, whatever, in Copenhagen, and it's orange, and it has a really good flavor to it. It's way hotter. I've had a couple people tell me, no, I don't think it's that much. Okay, whatever. It's way hotter than a regular red ghost. So yeah. I'm sure you have a staple in them. I don't like this. Oh my Lord. All right. Oh, I just had seeds flying out. Well, whatever. Luckily, I have another pack of these if something happens, I literally just had seeds fly out all over the place. Well, I don't know about all over the place. There's one right there that I seen fall. I can't. No, this plant light on. I can't see worth a darn. All right, there's two in that cell, which is fine. I'm not being picky with these. You guys, yes, the Boot Orange Copenhagen, BOC. There it is. They were really small seeds in that bad boy. Seed pack is gone. Luckily, I have a backup for that. I always like to have another one. Guys, always do. I don't care if you got to buy 2 packs. A lot of times you can get, you get 12 or 13, 14 seeds in a pack. You can save some of them. You don't, unless you want to have 12 plants of that one thing. That's a different story. All right. BOC for the win. Put some soil here. Cover that up. That one, that one, that one, that one. Yeah. And those seeds that I got are from someone that does not like me. We're not going to get into all that. But the bottom line is I bought seeds from someone that doesn't like me, and I think he's a loudmouth jerk, and he's very arrogant. And the way he treats people online is inexcusable. But I bought seeds. You know why? Because I'm not with the cancel culture crap. I'm straight up not. If I like a product, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna show everybody that I got it. I ain't scared. Say what you want. He had seeds that he has a seed that's something that no one else has, and so I bought it, and I bought those while I was on the website. So just letting y'all know. I don't care. You guys buy stuff from Amazon. You don't like Amazon. You buy stuff from Walmart or Target. You don't like them. You know, when it comes to small businesses, people like to, you know, gang up. I'm not the one. There's plenty of people that don't like me. And if I got the money, I don't have any money right now. But when I got the money, I'll buy products from them. They make good products. Now, if they're using their money to, fund a war against our country or something to hurt our children, then yeah, I'm try not to support them. But we support those people a lot of times too. The big corporations, we just don't know it. All right, where are we, guys? What is this? Oh, the Phantom. Okay. All right. Yeah. So this is a cross between a Boot Orange Copenhagen and a regular Ghost. Way hotter than a regular Ghost. Oh, there's a piece of placenta in there. Get out of there, you fool. Oh boy, I just dropped seeds all over the place. All right. Yeah. Oh Lord. All right, I got a lot of extra seed. That one there, yeah, I kind of went in stupid and some just fell out of my hand. And that's completely fine. I have a lot of seeds to that. All right, so we got some people watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, this is once a year I do this. Last year I did it. And I like to show people they can hang out all the whole time. I'll talk to you. I'll read the comments and thank you. Thank you, Michael. Yeah. And I'll oh no, here we go. Okay. I'll read the comments and interact. You know what? My face is burning a little bit. That's for me. I need to get something to put. This is what I'm looking for right now. I've got this pan of soil over here on this chair. And it's just annoying reaching down there and worrying about dropping it. I'm just going to take this cup, sprinkle my soil with that. I'm pretty good. I'm doing pretty good, guys. I think I got the right amount of soil out of that bag. I mean, this is, for only doing this once a year, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just glad that I don't have to keep going back in there and putting more water and blah, 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 blah. I don't pat these down too tight, guys. I'm sorry. I get people that push their stuff down a little bit harder than me, and they compact it a little bit more. When you water it, it will sink. Trust me. But I kind of leave it as I'm a little bit of a dangerous guy playing the danger zone. I leave it a little bit, loose because I like that seed to pop right through. I'll see some seeds pop usually in between sometimes 4 days, and most of them at 7. Rarely have I seen them take 10 days, to be honest with you. If I can be just quite so bold. All right. That cell is making me angry right there. Okay. They don't all have to be perfect. What do we got? The purple boot thingy. The purple boot thingy. I just wrote perp boot on it. I know what that means. So this, let me tell you guys about this freaking plant, man. It was misnamed. It was called the. Some people, including myself, we called it a solid gold boot last year because that's what the label looked like it said. Well, it did say that, but the problem is the way it was written. It was when I got it 2 years ago. It said solid gold boot. Then it had a little X next to a parenthesis, a brackets, and it said golden. It said solid gold boot, and in parentheses peach boot, pink tiger. Okay, so I thought it was a cross between a peach boot and a pink tiger, and solid gold boot was the name by the way it was represented. So did a whole bunch of other people that got that pepper from different growers, no doubt, and even seeds. Well, we found out a year and some change later, after investigating it more, we couldn't figure it out. What it was it's a cross, and this is the most unstable plant I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen anything like it. I'm gonna grow it again and see what I get out of it because I did, last year was good. So what happened is this was a cross by Justin White from White Hot Peppers. I actually got some. I got some of his seeds still. I just don't. I'm not using any of them right now. I had a pretty good success rate with his stuff last year. Everything grew true and good germination rates. Um, and likewise with Jimmy Pickles and anybody else. But so this is a Justin White. It's a cross between a pink tiger, a peach boot, and a solid gold boot. So that's where the confusion came in, and so yeah, it caused quite a confusion online. A lot of people didn't know what the hell was what, and I found out and then tried to tell everybody. I was part of the problem. I was the one calling a solid gold boot along with everybody else. But that's what happens. It's actually not. It's a cross from that. Now here's the thing. The plant, some of the plants, most of them are purple. They throw these pods that are purple, and then they get an orange hue on one side. Absolutely stunning. Brutally freaking hot. Excellent pepper. I used them in my blueberry boot. That pepper for 2 years has been in this hot sauce. Hands down, a top-notch pepper. Now, Bill Corbett, he actually overwintered one when it grew the next year. It threw red pods. Pepper Geek. You guys know Pepper Geek. Pepper Geek grew one. It had like 100 and something pods. Go watch that video. But Pepper Geek, I think, and Pepper Geek, if you're watching, you can correct me. But I think he said it reverted back to a regular red ghost. That's not the case. And nothing. And the people that had that happened, it didn't revert to a red ghost. If you have something that is a peach boot crossed with a pink tiger, crossed with a solid gold boot, it can't just revert back to being a red ghost. It can throw red pods. It can resemble a red ghost because it's got so much boot in it. But I guarantee you, if you bit into one of them, there'd be a big difference. So that's the case. And then listen to this. So someone sent me some, they said golden boot and this, that, I think. I planted both, man. One of them did not yield the same way, and the pods would not get that the orange hue to them, no matter how long you left them on a plant. They stayed purple and then green on the underside. So people got all kinds of crazy stuff. So anyways, the story goes that Justin White had took it off the market last year. It wasn't even for sale. It was too unstable, and nobody could really figure out how to stabilize it. So I did send some seeds to a really good grower that is going to try to stabilize it. I have a plan of it overwintered right now. That's the one that did really good last year. We're going to see what kind of pods it throws, and I'm going to, of course, plant it again. Excellent pepper, cool story, but very unstable. And I don't mind, All right, so we got our... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I put that one back. Yep, here we go. All right, guys. This is the only yellow pod that I'm going to have in this, even though yellow pods are my favorite. This is just all the super hots. I do have other yellow pods I'm growing, Papa Dreddies, and KSLS, maybe some Golden Hobbs. So I will have my yellow, so Fatali. So I will have my yellow pods, but they're just really not super hots. Most of them are kind of mid grade. So the Yellow Reaper, these ones are these are non-isolated seeds. I just happened to, I seen this really good looking one last year, and I grew, and the pheno was so perfect in the size of it, and I kept the seeds out of it. And so rather than, even if I get isolated, that doesn't mean you're going to always get the best phenos that you want. So you guys, the Yellow Reaper, my favorite of the yellow super hots, hands down. Yellow Naga used to be because it's just so mild, and I mean it's so versatile stuff, but it's just not hot enough. Yellow Reaper is my favorite. They stay bright yellow. They've all got that nice tail on them. The flavor is incredible. Of course, they're not as hot as a Red Reaper or Chocolate Reaper, or anything like that. But they do got a nice bite to them. So yeah, the Yellow Reaper it's really, I've had it for 2 years now. And I've loved it, but something at the end of last year, I really did a lot of yellow pod comparisons when I had 12 different varieties right in front of me. And I was really trying to see, which are my favorite. Yellow Fever is the hottest that I had. Well, Tom Broom's Yellow Premetalli, he offered me one. He was going to hand me one. He said I had to eat the whole thing though, but I had a really bad night the night before with a challenge, and I just didn't want to do it. I sissied out. But Tom Broom's got the Killer Yellow, aka Yellow Premetalli, that's hotter than the Yellow Fever. Now, Yellow Fever is the hottest I've ever eaten. And anyone that's even ate the Killer Yellow, which is only a few people, would agree that the Yellow Fever is second in line in that sense. All right, guys, we are halfway done. Oh, no. Yes. You guys missed it. I missed it last year. What am I talking about? I didn't grow death spirals last year. These are isolated seeds, too. And yes, they're from Jimmy Pickles. And you're like, they don't have the sticker. Well, look at whose handwriting that is. My handwriting is not that sexy. Yeah, I did get a couple. He did send me some that he didn't have stickers for. I don't care about the damn sticker. They look nice, though. I always liked Jimmy's Pickles marketing. So, yeah. All right. All right. Death Spiral. I grew this 2 years ago. These things are freaking wicked hot. They're just brutal, man. First time I ever tried one, this girl actually brought one into my work. And I took a bite. She's like, oh my God, you're crazy. I didn't even eat the whole thing. I just took a bite. It was like maybe a third of it. And I literally, and I was eating super hots at the time and reviewing peppers. I literally went into panic mode and was like, oh my God. Yeah, so that's probably actually that year. That was 2020 or 21. You don't know what? That year, I'm telling you right now, you guys are gonna be impressed with this, but I bought that plant from a freaking nursery, a local nursery, that death spiral. I think I had one or two of it, but last year I didn't grow it. I grew too much, man. I don't even know what made me decide to do it this year. I went on JP Pepper Seeds and I was ordering some stuff and just seen it and said, yeah, let me do a death spiral this year. They are wicked hot though. They're a cool looking pepper, so why not? You know what I'm saying? For all you people that like to get rid. All right, so here's a new one, guys. Jamaican Farmer's Hut. What's good? Y'all know I'm all about that Jamaican. Yeah, I just made me some the real Scotch bonnet pepper sauce. I'm out with the Shadow Benny and all that, man. You already know. Johnny Scoville just reviewed my Caribbean sauce. That's got Shadow Benny, MOA Scotch bonnet, Papa Dreddy Scotch bonnet, Bohemian Goat. The real deal, man. Shout out to Jamaica. People don't know, man. I've been jerking chicken all this for years. I'm from New York. We don't play that. I'm from New York. When I go in the Jamaican spots, funny story, guys. Some of you've heard this. I remember one of the last spots. It was in Brooklyn. I think it was in Bed-Stuy or Brownsville. It happened at both, actually. One of them two places. Go in this Jamaican spot, and they had some all right hot sauces, and stuff. But I said to the lady, no, Big Mama, older Jamaican lady, it's her restaurant. I said, ma'am, I want some of that. That's right. I said, ma'am, I want some of that. I want some Scotch bonnet pepper sauce, the stuff you guys eat and that you have in the back, the pepper mash. I want that. I want two little ramekins of it at least. She said, you don't want that, white boy. Burn your mouth, no? And I said, no, I want it. That's what I eat. I want that, And she got mad at me. And then she went back there and came back and like handed it to me and was like, I don't give you your money back when you burn your mouth. And so she just didn't know, man. And I mean, she's in a place where she hasn't seen a white person come into her establishment in who knows how long, a year, 6 months, 5 years, ever, And she's alarmed. Oh yeah, every white boy can't handle that heat, she thought. But she had me dying, man. And this happened. This happened. It happened in Brooklyn and Bed-Stuy. One of them, I took this food and left, and the other one, I sat down and ate, and they were all looking at me like, "Is he burning?" And no, Scotch bonnet's my perfect heat level, All right, so guys, we're going on to the next one. This is a new one for me. It's not new to the community, but this is my first time. I've actually never I've never tried one of these fresh, and I probably would hate it because I don't like chocolate pods. But thank you. This is a new one for me to grow. This is isolated seeds. This is Troy Primo's Big Black Mama. And there's what the pepper looks like. You see the picture on there. So I've heard that these are ridiculously hot. I don't remember what year Troy released this, but it's been around for a few years. I know that. And I never, I just never got to grow it before. I don't know. I have so much seeds, man. You can't grow everything, even though you can try hard as heck. But so the Big Black Mama, I'm going to give it a shot. I know from what people tell me that it is brutally hot. And I got friends that do like chocolate pods, and I do make a steak sauce with them. And I use chocolate Boulas, amnesias, different chocolate scorpions. I'm not growing any of those this year. I am growing a chocolate Boula, but it's not going to be the one from last year. This year I'm doing the chocolate Boula DM, which is supposedly hotter. And this is coming from the experts, guys. It's supposedly hotter than a regular chocolate Boula. So if that's the case, you guys are going to see something wicked happening. And that may be what I had the first couple times I had a chocolate Boula. Whatever I had was brutal. The throat burn was insane, and I didn't like the flavor because I don't like chocolate pods, but yeah. So this is the big, I messed up when I wrote on this. You know that, guys? I wrote big BMM instead of BBM, but I'll know what it is. So it's not Big Mustard Mama. I'm not growing any mustard pods this year, guys. I'm sorry. I did last year and made a verde sauce and stuff, and I just don't. I don't know. I don't care. I had to cut something out. I wanted more orange pods this year. So I cut out a lot of the yellows, and I cut out a lot of I just cut out all the verde. I do have an overwintered gator jigsaw sitting in my office, just because it was there. And I put it I had a pot, and I was just there at work, and whatever. And I don't even like the gator jigsaw that much, but whatever. It's cool. Verde sauce. I love making them, but that's right. Yeah, man. I wasn't mad at her at all. She had me cracking up. I mean, she probably, you got to think of it. She's in a part of town where I never seen a white person ever in Brownsville. Or Bed-Stuy. I haven't spent a lot of time in Bed-Stuy though, so I can't say that. Just saying, Brownsville. No, I've never seen a white person ever except myself. That's all right though. All right, what do we got next? The classic, the one, the only 7-pot Primo. The original, guys. These are isolated seeds from Jimmy Pickles. Okay. Which he got his seed stock from Troy Primo and has isolated this for many, many years. So you want the true Primo seeds, you get them from one or two people. Either Troy Primo or you get them from Pickles. Either way, when you grow them, you're going to get true 7-pot Primo. Guys, this, because of the genetics of this pepper and the isolation, these are stupid hot. They make one of the best, if not probably the best, if not one of the best or the best pepper powders I've ever had. I love them. Love Troy Primo. Shout out to you, buddy. Yeah, the 7-pot Primo is a classic. It is great. Fresh. I don't eat a lot of these peppers. These peppers that I'm growing right here, that I'm germinating, these right here, I'm gonna be honest, I don't eat them fresh. I will cut them up and put them on stuff, but eating like a half or whole pot, I just don't care for it. And that's because the super hots, like the super duper hots, they have a floralness and bitterness to them that I don't care for. So I go with stuff that's 800,000 or less, and there's less of that or none. But dried, these are my babies right here. Powder wise, oh my lord. Powder wise, everything I'm growing here is freaking excellent. 7-pot Primo in the building. What do we got? We're almost done, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. CBDM. This is, I feel a couple holes. Okay, hold on a second. I hear Mrs. Bulkow stirring about. Here she cometh down the stairs. Here she cometh down the stairs, Mrs. Bulkow. She's mad. She does not want me growing hot peppers this year. She hates hot peppers so much. No, I'm just kidding. All right, that's gonna work. I'm getting tired of being a perfectionist here. So just put a little divot in there, like that right there. Good morning, Mrs. Bulkow.
Good morning would be if you were very quiet and I got to sleep in.
You can go sleep in. I'm whispering down here. These guys can barely
You
hear me.
realize that you're right under my vent.
No, your vent is up there.
Which is right above your head.
Oh. All right, so guys, the next one as we go in is the chocolate Boula DM. Comment below if you know what DM. I think DM is the grower of this. So, and you can actually order these isolated seeds, and you can get the regular chocolate Boula or this one. I chose to go with this because of how bad it burned me. I love the powder for this, but as far as eating them, I think it's one of the worst peppers on earth, next to the red Moruga scorpion, chocolate apocalypse scorpion. Oh, chocolate Moruga scorpion. That is the bastard child of Satan and the Antichrist. It is the worst thing ever. Like there's no excusing that. All right, we're almost done, guys. Thank you for sticking with me. If you're sticking with me till the end, you get to see my other I'm going to show you my other stuff I'm growing. I still do have a growing partner who I'm about to give him his seeds. This year he's going to germinate his own stuff, thank God, because I don't have the space. And he's going to actually have a couple varieties that you're not seeing here. So there will be a couple. I know the ghost pepper seeds I have in the other pile, because remember I said ghost or above, or ghost or below, I'm sorry, is in that pile, the next tray. Ghost or below. This is above a ghost. The yellow reaper is, barely above a ghost, but it is nonetheless. Hopefully that sprinkle, a little bit more. I make sure. Sometimes I get these wet, man. I'm gonna show you guys my watering method, and I'll show you guys the crazy setup of the heat mats soon. I'm not gonna do that today because, all right, this right here. What I am about to germinate, guys, is, I'm sorry to all you people that think the Premetalli is the hottest pepper and all these other peppers out there. Boy, I've had some bad ones, man. I've had some chocolate pods and some mustard pods that gave me the worst throat burn ever, hang time. Then I've had some red pods that gave me the worst mouth burn ever. What I'm about to put in here next had a combination that was insane. And this is an orange dragon breath. Now, let me tell you about this. Look, it's still on the placenta. You see the orange. That's right. You got an endorphin dump. Heck yeah. All right. So this right here, and I really should have took these seeds. Why didn't I do this? Because, man, I don't want to have to break this. I don't want to bust this up right now. What the heck did I do? Oh, I just saved a piece of the pepper from this. Okay. I'm going to get this stuff all over my... You know what? See that? I'm going to eat that. I swear I'm going to eat that piece of placenta right there. So, guys, let me tell you about this. Hopefully there's a couple seeds in case I screw up, man. This has got to be grown. So Dr. Duck Butter, he got some dragon's breath seeds from Jimmy Pickles. And the plant threw orange pods instead of red ones. Dr. Duck Butter sent me probably 4 or 5 of those peppers. I ended up cutting one up. It was on a live. I think it was an Instagram live. I gave Mrs. Bullcow a bite. You guys know Mrs. Bullcow can handle heat. She pretty much came unhinged, and at one point even says the hottest pepper she's ever had. I took a little thin sliver and was losing it. I was so impressed. I'm like, what the hell is this? So that one pepper, we ended up cutting it up and we're munching on it for 24 hours off and on, trying to figure out what the hell it was. And we think that this pepper is not just, it had a decent throat burn, man. Big time, panic mode throat burn. But the mouth burn combined with the throat burn, combined with the hang time, I believe that pepper would test. Now, you guys know that chocolate pods and mustard pods, especially these chocolate pods, they burn you so bad, they don't test worth a crap on the Scoville scale. And I wish they did. I think it's unfair to the pepper. But, Troy Primo, he said that, like his big mustard mama, that thing will burn you like a 1.7. You'll swear that pepper is 1.6, 1.7. It's as hot as eating a Reaper. A lot of Reapers clock in at 1.6, some higher. I don't get too wrecked off with big mustard mamas, but It only came in at 1.1, 1.2 million. Same thing with chocolate bootleg. Chocolate bootleg got a burn that you would swear is 2.5 million. I would swear to it if I didn't know any better. But that tetrahydra, whatever it's called, capsaicin, it doesn't show up. Doesn't work right with the SHU testing. So the chocolate bootless have tested at 1.4 million, 1.5, 1.7, even as low as 1.2. Chocolate bootless, guys. Them things are scorching hot. So that's the problem. That is the problem with that's the problem with that. So I don't know. One more left, and then we are done. I'm done bothering you guys. Let me just get going here so I can hold on. This one's kind of loose, man. I don't want to mess up at the very end. The last one. Just get a little soil there, little soil there, little soil there. All right. All right, last one, little, ooh, no. Okay. Little divot, little divot, little divot, little divot, little divot, little divot. It's just loose, man. Okay. All right, the Comet. This is the last one. And then they're going to go on to the, oh, shoot. Luckily, I have quite a few of these. I don't care. Damn it. I can't do nothing right now. This is what happens when I get long-winded talking to you guys too much. I get sidetracked. Now tell me I didn't do that perfect, guys. Look at this. Look at how much soil I got out of the bag and how much it's literally perfect amount. Well, you can tell that I've been doing this for a while. Actually, I haven't been doing it that long. Last year, it's been a year since I did this. Oh, and I did get a late start. All right, let me show you guys. Let me stop talking and jiving around here. Let's get to the brass tactics. I'm going to show you guys my other seeds so that you guys know what I'm growing. Besides this, like I said, I do have a growing partner. So he will have some stuff that I don't. All right. All I do now at this point is I go in with the spray bottle, right? First thing, light mist everything down. This makes it so your soil don't move around. Gets it to stay in place. Now I'm going to show you guys a trick right here in about 1 minute. All right, so I'm just doing a light mist there. The reason why, let me show you something. All right. See this it's a little hot sauce squeeze bottle. A lot of people use it for mustard or this little condiment bottle, okay? This thing right here can be your best friend. It takes more work. I'm not going to lie. But if you're doing these little individual cells like this, and you go in and you squirt the water one at a time, and you do this for a while until you get them out of these little trays. Do not bottom water when they're this small. Sorry, guys that do bottom water. I'm trying to help out the newbies that are not experienced with it. You go in with this little water bottle. This water is really warm that I have in here. I use some tap water and I use some water that was on the stove. But you go in with this. You don't have. I don't need to do this right now. I'm only using this for this part, this segment, just so you guys can see what I do. You use this little squirt bottle and you go in there every day and you just take your time and go through. I mean, I'm not taking my time. This is going to take me about 4 or 5 minutes, right? You go in there and you use this and you give them what the water that they need. You will never overwater your plants. Sorry. My only time I ever overwatered anything was bottom watering. They are actually out of these cells. And guess what? That soil soaks up too much water, you're done. You're in trouble. All right. I just want to show you guys that just for the heck of it. That's what I use. Now I'm going to show you guys. Let me get through, honey. I'm going to show them my other. I'm not going to germinate this other tray right now live because I'm tired and I just spent over an hour.
I gotta go to church.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to church. I gotta go grocery shopping. Come home. I gotta cook. All right. So here is some more of what I'm growing. This is going to be my next tray. I'm not going to go live and do it because this is an instructional video. There's no sense in it. But what I have here is the New Mex Lemon Spice Jalapeno. I've never got to try one of those, and I can't wait to. And I always grow something milder for my daughter, although those are going to light her up. They're 20,000 compared to 5,000. Bohemian Goats, one of my favorite peppers. The Papa Dreddy Scotch Bonnet. The White Knight. Guys, I grew this last year. They're beautiful. Not super hot. They're very mild. Yellow Nagas. They're not. They're milder than a ghost to me. So I put them in this mid-range category. Premetalli. Most of these are isolated seeds too, guys. Just by the way. Golden Habanero. Never have tried that, but KSLS. MOA Scotch Bonnet. This is a new one for me, guys. The TS Tangerine. I've heard this is an excellent pepper. I have not got to try one last year. The Lemon Scorpion. And finally, told you ghosts are below in this pile. The isolated original red boot Jalokia. These have not been corrupted with anything else. So I do want to have some regular ghost peppers because they're really one of my favorites. They're neutral. That's why I like them. You know, you can use a ghost pepper in a Mexican sauce. You can use a ghost pepper in a freaking Caribbean sauce if you want to. You can use it in a freaking Indian curry or something like that. You know, you get people that listen. You got these guys that make these sauces like that masala one by whatever. Oh, and I don't use a moisture dome at all. But what I will do is I will spray this down again in a couple minutes. And I will spray this down, put it on the heat mat with saran wrap on top. Just that saran wrap is only going to stay on top for today. Okay. And maybe I'll put it back. I might put it on tomorrow, but if you have too much moisture, man, it'll just your seeds will just rot. So anyways, guys, it's been an hour. Thank you for watching. This is my super hots, 12 varieties. Like I said, I will have more, but this is the main 12 that I'm growing. This stuff is for mostly, like I said, for powder, for friends that like to be stupid and just eat the craziest, hottest things in the world.
Yeah, with the seed, it's better or with any plant, it's better to water and then it died out completely.
Yeah.
As very fast as possible.
Yeah, with these here, I do have to keep the soil moist for them to germinate, though. So then the soil's not overly saturated right now. I'm going to actually give it more water. I just gave it some. Just want to show you guys. And I would say go ahead and spray each cell, and then put the saran wrap over top for 24 hours. Take that saran wrap off. Feel it. See how moist it feels. And then spray it again. This week is going to be kind of tough because I have to work the whole week. Usually I have a weekday off, so it's going to be a little bit rough trying to gauge this.
I thought you used those domes on top like little greenhouses.
No, the domes they create mildew.
Too much moisture.
Too much moisture, and the water like will drip down here and soak that cell and here and that cell, and then this will be dry in the middle. So
because it's dripping down from the top.
Yeah, I don't. They work good for holding in heat and moisture, but I'm not a big fan of them. I would rather just I put saran wrap
I would be nervous too.
The first day or two, and not the whole time either. But just if I'm gonna be gone and I'm not gonna be here, and I'm worried about the seed mat, if I'm worried about them drying.
I guess if you're gonna use those domes, I would put less water than whatever you put that's not working.
Yeah,
because
but you do have to have enough.
I do have enclosed terrariums, and they're not like dripping everywhere.
No, but those plants are also.
But I guess I have sand at the bottom.
Exactly. Yeah. So with these, these are just this. We're just trying to germinate at this point. I will show you guys my setup and why I never answered your guys' question. Why I don't use tags. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me just show them why I don't use tags.
How do you keep up with it?
I write it on the side. Look, see that right there? See how high that is? When I get these things going, my lights are down to here. My lights are 2 inches above the soil. This right here will make my lights higher. It's just a mess. It's just sloppy. I don't put tags in until I get them out in the bigger containers, and I can actually have them. And I use other tags too. Why would I put my plants 2 inches away from the lights? I'm going to tell you why. When these son of a guns pop up, they will start reaching for light. And
they'll get leggy.
They'll get leggy as all hell. And I had such a good success last year, and I had some of the best growers. And I'm telling you, I had some of the best growers in the country, and even a couple out of the country that told me how they said, "How did you get them looking like that? They look great," and this, that, and the other thing.
Which is more about the structural integrity of the plant in the wind than the look.
Right. I never had a plant break. Never once had a plant bend over, break at all. Whether they were double topped, single topped, or not topped at all, nothing has ever happened. They are strong. I use fans. I give them plenty of light in the beginning, and they are literally. I had one seedling last year when it first popped. It did burn out, because it reached right up to the light, and
he doesn't have to worry about putting all these stakes on his plant because his plant is able to withstand the wind by itself.
Exactly. So you guys stay tuned, and you'll learn a lot. Like I said, I am not an expert. I am just I'm a hobbyist that really had a really good season last year. I had a good season the year before. The year before, most of what I did though was I actually bought seedlings, which I liked.
But the information you're giving them is from experts.
Some of it's from experts. Some of it's from trial and error.
His stuff
some of it's this rather than bottom watering. I did that on my own. I literally just figured that out on my own, man. I had seen so many people saying that their stuff didn't germinate, and listen, bottom watering is good when they come out of these trays, or even if I get a tray that I'm just being neglected, I haven't transplanted them out of the cells yet. I will bottom water, but when I do it, I put it to make sure it's level surface. I put the water in, put it down. I let it sit for 10 to 15 minutes tops. Then I take and I pour any excess water out. And these things better have good roots, and they better be dry on the top when I do it, because you will kill your plants. When they are this small, even when they first pop, I'm sorry, don't be lazy. Take the time and go through and spray them. Use your little drip, whatever you got to do.
And if you are a bottom water, I do rare house plants. They cost a lot of money, so I have to take really good care of them. I would never bottom water and top water at the same time. I either top water and then pour off the excess from the bottom so it doesn't go back up into the pot and be too much, or I bottom water. And I don't do both.
Yeah.
But with like what he's saying with these, it's impossible. When I'm doing bottom watering, I'm doing 1 or 2 plants at a time. It's impossible with all these plants to know that they're getting it evenly. You don't even know if your surface in your home is 100% even. Some homes have a slight incline, stuff like that, or countertops. So it's better just not. I think he's right. It's better just not to bottom water, unless you get maybe one of those mats. They do have special
The spongy mats.
Yeah, special mats for bottom watering that would make sure that it's all even.
Yeah, I can't use them with these trays because these trays, they go right to the bottom. But these do have good drainage. I can show you guys. These are chintzy. These aren't the cheaper ones, but see, they do have really good holes in the bottom. So yeah, they do have the little raised part, so they will actually sit upward out of it. So
and nobody does this, but if you were like planting a seed in a tiny terracotta pot, I don't even know if those exist, that you could bottom water because the terracotta is porous itself, so it's going to soak it up more evenly.
That's right. Well, guys, we're going to log off. Oh my God, there's more comments. Is Mrs. Bulkoff feeling better? That's what Michael said. Somewhat.
I don't know. I keep waking up feeling okay, and then a couple hours go by and I don't feel good. So I'll find out today after a couple hours if if I still have energy or not. It's just I think because we got a cold back to back and the kind of cold we got, it's just taking a little while. And because I'm just haven't been able to rest. Like I'm not sleeping enough because there's been things I've been having to do at nighttime, and I'm a mom too, so moms don't usually get to sleep quite as much as other people when they're sick. But also, I've been working a new job, and we just got just random things going on. But thank you for asking.
Yeah, thank you, brother. And Michael, send me a message and
I've been exercising for the first time, like, so that's mostly for the problem, probably because I've been like walking to work, and before I got sick, the last sickness I had, I was working out while I was sick, so it's my fault.
And I'll get you those challenges. I'll get you those challenges. Just send me a message. I cannot get to the post office, so I have some cards to send out to some people that I promised and stuff. Anybody, I have some stuff to send to 22 Mohawks that I keep forgetting to send. So when I have time, one of these weeknights, I need to sit down and package this stuff up. I'm not going to be able to get to the post office this week at all, as far as I can see. And the reason why is the only day they open early is Mondays, and tomorrow is a holiday. So, but guys, stay tuned. I do have a couple of sauce companies that are going to be doing collaborations with me. One of them, let's just say that's in the kitchen as we speak. So there's going to be a couple collaborations coming out. They're not going to be made here locally, but you guys will be able to get your hands on them. And so there's going to be some new stuff. I think one of them is going to be within the next week or two. It's been, and then we got another one we're planning out. We have to figure out some stuff on. And so stay tuned for that. And we're going to have, by the way, anyone watching this, and I'm sorry this has went so long, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. We are doing a giveaway. It's a 1K giveaway. We are trying to push to get to 1,000 subscribers. We know because we did it on Instagram, and the Instagram community pitched in, helped out, and somebody won a humongous prize out of that. This one will be our first ever worldwide giveaway. If you're in the US, you will win $200 worth of products, okay? It's probably worth more than that, but we're going to say 200 plus worth of products. One lucky winner will win that. If you are in the UK, Australia, Canada, I don't care where you are, and you have a PayPal or a Cash App account, if you win $100 cash, okay? And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really have the money like that, but I'm hoping somebody abroad wins, because then I will still have the $200 worth of product for the next giveaway. And then in another sense, if somebody in the US wins, they win all that product. They can have stuff to review on their YouTube. There's some challenges are going to be involved. There's going to be maybe 1 or 2 League of Fire challenges, some other R&D stuff. There's going to be some exclusive stuff that no one can get their hands on that you cannot purchase. This is going to be very valuable, very sincere from my heart to my subscriber. Whoever my subscriber is that wins. That is the 1K giveaway. I will be making a video, and that is the submission video. We'll have you comment your state, city, country, or something like that below. When we're just going to ask people, like that video, share that video, subscribe, and make sure you hit the bell for the notifications. Get all notifications, because when we hit that 1K is when we are going to announce the date that we're going to do the drawing. You have to be present to win the drawing. So we're going to have to make it a weekend. It's going to have to be a time when, you know, people in Australia and UK and everyone can be on. But that is coming up. We did it when we were at 830, 840 followers on Instagram, and I'm not gonna say his name, but one of my friends told me, dude, don't at least wait till you get 900. I said, no, you know what? This is my community, my friends. If they want to try to win that prize and they want to try to help me out, they'll make it happen. And, you know, they did. They all pitched in. And now, luckily, there was a big YouTuber that helped out also, which he really pushed it over the finish line. But with that said, we are going to do this giveaway. It's going to be the biggest one yet. I'm telling you, man, guys, don't let Kevin win this time. No, I'm just kidding. Kevin Kono has won three or four. He's won at least 3 of my giveaways. He won the 120 milliliter skull with the full of tincture. He won 50 packs or 40 packs. I don't know what it was. Seeds. There was tons of isolated good seeds in there. All right. He won the seed giveaway. He won the skull giveaway. And he won this last big giveaway, the year-end giveaway. And I'm pretty sure that he won another one before that. But Kevin Kono, shout out to you, Kevin. I love you. Kevin has won the most giveaways. And the reason why Kevin has won the most is because Kevin is the one that's on top of this stuff. And he wins a lot of stuff, man. He's the one that follows instructions. He shares, he likes, he puts his name in the comments, and then he's on and he's present when we do the drawing. We have a lot of people that have been picked. Check this out. A lot of people, and sometimes multiples thereof, they've been picked as the winner of a drawing, but they weren't present at the time. Some of them, I've sent them a message.
You make it extra clear in case some people don't realize they forget.
Yeah, and I am going to make it clear that, and my thing is this, you have to be, when we do that drawing, it is a fellowship with my subscribers. You are there with us hanging out. We are doing a drawing. It's not the type that we just draw your name and say you won. We will do some stuff like that. And I think we did one giveaway like that. I think the first one on Instagram might have been like that. We'll do more stuff like that.
I think we should never do it again, because now it wouldn't be fair to the people who have
that would be,
out
but it would be small. It would be
present.
small stuff, bottle of sauce or something. We'll still do something. We might do something like that. But anyways, this is where we want our people with us. We want our people to help us get to that 1,000. We want you to have an opportunity to win something that's going to be worth your while. And guys, people win. It's not one of these things where, people that watch the drawings, they see and they're like, oh man, heck yeah, And unfortunately, like I said, a lot of people have missed out because when Kevin got picked, I think Sonny Spicer won, Chris Miller's won once or twice. But people, they actually watch the drawing and stuff, and it's like, they're like, how's he win so much? And I say, because he's the one that's always on every one of them and follows instructions. All those other guys, they're not there. They're not watching, they enter it and then they just either forget or they just ignore us. So this is for the people that don't treat Uncle Bull Cow like an animal. All right, guys, we love you. Peace out. We will see you soon. Thank you.
But you are an animal.